Howdy there. So a couple days ago, I watched the Blu-ray of Exit Through the Gift Shop. This is the second time I've seen it. Saw it in the theater, enjoyed it, thought it was the best documentary I saw last year. I'm on the record about that. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Perhaps a little bit of a diminished return, ever so slightly. I am still thinking about the ideas and the statements, put forth that it makes about art. I'm thinking more about, I guess, the meaning of the film than the actual film itself, which is fine. I still think it's a success. I think I wandered a little bit. My mind wandered a little bit more than I thought it would. When I saw it in the theater, I was pretty much captivated. Here it was, I don't know. I just had a little bit trouble staying focused. Maybe simply because I knew where it was going. But I still really, really enjoyed it. I think I will give it a 9. Just because, again, I am consciously thinking about, what did the movie mean? What does it mean for art in general? So, again, I'm not thinking about any, image from the film, necessarily. I'm not thinking about any, clever cuts or clever interviews, even clever people, the talking heads. But I am thinking about the film. So I think it is, a success. I don't really have a problem giving it a 9, though, just because of the way it makes me think. But I, would probably, I talked myself up from an 8, is basically what I'm saying. I gave it an 8, and then, before I started recording, I was like, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. But I did get yelled at by a viewer on my initial review of this about how it's, an amazing film at 10, and then they, cussed me out. But that's fine, that's an opinion, and it is an exceptional film. It's directed by Banksy, a prolific artist of our time. I guess you could say this is his first film. It's confusing, and, it could be, I don't know. It's very interesting, it kind of, in a way, just kind of defies expectations, defies to be pinned down, defies definition. It's about a videographer by the name of Terry Guetta, who eventually becomes Mr. Brainwash. Terry Guetta is obsessed with a video camera. He, throughout his life, and through circumstance, he got to record some of the great street artists of our time. He happens to be the cousin, either by marriage, I'm not sure, to Space Invader in England. And so just kind of randomly, he goes out, videotaping, filming Space Invader, and it starts this obsession with street art, graffiti, basically illegal art. And so he starts to record, he becomes obsessed, tries to make a film about it, and then kind of fails in that regard. This is when Banksy takes over. Banksy pretty much orders his disciple out into the street to make art, while he, controls the film. And see, this is where it gets tricky. This is then the filmmaker becomes the subject, but he might have been the subject all along. I don't know how much of this is true, and I don't know how much of it is like a puzzle. It feels like a puzzle. There's definitely layers to it. And it's basically, Mr. Brainwash just does everything. He uses other artists to create his own art. He really just says he's an artist, and then boom, he's got this big, huge show in Los Angeles. So it serves. That's the strong point. Is it serves as this commentary about what is art, who can make art, that vein. It's just kind of hard to talk about. It's a film you need to see. It's a film you need to experience, and to form your own opinion about. Because, as I could sit here and ramble forever, and still, I don't think I would even get close to cracking, the film, or getting to a coherent point that expresses the film. I think it's tremendous. I think it serves as a historical document, most importantly. You get to see all this amazing art that is pretty much designed to be disposable. Maybe not designed, but the artist knows that the lifespan of the art is very short. Again, they talk about how, most artists create thinking that this will be, around for a couple hundred years. Or a street artist, creates to think, well, in the morning this could be painted over. So that's interesting. I mean, you get to see, in my opinion, a lot of just amazing art done by, again, many, probably over 20 of our, leading street artists, in our time, currently. So, I mean, again, I can't really deny its greatness just because you get access to that, to something that you normally wouldn't. So it's important in that regard. It also, I guess, serves as an insight into the mind of an artist, into the creative process, the sacrifice it takes to be an artist. It just gives you a glimpse into a world that you don't get to experience. It's well shot. Again, this is just, I guess, half of it, at least I believe it to be, half of it is done by just an amateur videographer, filmmaker. He always had the camera pointing in the right direction. You could always see it. The lighting's nice, whatever. Again, he was there to capture important things, and he did that. But really, it is kind of mind-bending. It is kind of mind-bending because I don't know where, the documentary ends and the entertainment begins. There has to be some kind of blending. There has to be some kind of setup, but I'm just not sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I have no doubt of Banksy's brilliance. I think he's fantastic. I've been fortunate enough to run into one of his works. I live in Los Angeles, and like turn the corner one day downtown, and I mean, there's no signature there to say Banksy, but if it wasn't Banksy, then, well, it had to be Banksy. It had to be Banksy. Anyway, I really like the film. I think everyone should see it just so they, can see the art and, I don't know, be left thinking. It's not easily explained away. It's something that sticks with you. I really don't know what else to say. I enjoyed it a lot. I have no problems giving it a 9. So there you go. That's Exit to the Gift Shop. It's something you just gotta see. Thanks.